there's him. A little bit of contact there from Scott. He musters his way past.
Contact.
Into the back of...
Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.
Hello, race fans, and welcome to V8 Supercar America's Series presented by V8's Online. I'm JD Smith. With me tonight will be Kane Kraft. And before we get started, I want to wish everybody out there a happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day, guys. It is just a few short hours away from our Independence Day here in the United States of America. Kane, happy to be here, and the America Series getting ready to do a big run, a very special track this evening. Really looking forward to Spa. It's been a while since we've been here. Of course, even if we raced here last week, it's been too long for me. I love this place. How are you?
Doing good, and just like you, I'm excited to be here at Spa. It has been a long time since we've had the V8 Supercars here, and I'm excited to watch.
With excitement, jam-packed action right now, already qualification underway. A lot of big things to talk about there as we are 6 minutes and 45 seconds into the 12-minute qualifying session. Looking at quick results, though, as guys, we're just coming to you. Only several cars posted times thus far. Currently on the pole, it is Marlon McMullen, Ian Ford second, third Corey Preston, Mick Cracknell is fourth, Isaac DeFigueiredo is fifth, as he just got knocked down a notch as Mark Gamack, now Marty Carroll knocks him down. So some guys starting to put some times up, a couple new names in the session as well. Big split tonight, and really looking forward to this race. One thing I wanted to talk about, Kane, is just how wonderful we have seen Mr. Ethan Gridgalt do in the first 2 weeks, and I don't see him in this session tonight. So I'm doing a double take to make sure, but that is right. So it looks like we will have a new winner tonight in week number 3.
Yeah, I'm sure there's several drivers happy to see Ethan missing today, as that's going to allow someone else to get up there into that number 1 spot, like you had said. Marlon McMullen being one of those people is probably pretty happy. Ian Ford as well. Ian did get the best of Ethan last Monday night in the Monday night show. Ethan pulled a win over Ethan Gridgalt, so Ethan already one that knows what it feels like to be Ethan this season, but it seems to be the only one so far. So today we'll give someone else that opportunity.
Well, Kane, let me tell you something. That number 3 car of Ian Ford has been extremely fast this season. Remember, he snagged the pole last week on that last second. Actually, it was after the 12-minute mark, but he had started that fresh lap, and it counted. And he actually started on the pole, had a very rough start, and he's only 0.02 of a second off Marlon McMullen, and just now at only 8:38 into qualifying. There's still plenty of time for him to get out there and get another lap. He's headed out of pits now, so he'll get him a good driving lap, and then he'll hit that flyer. So we'll keep an eye to see if he can get on a pole again. He needs a good start this week if he's going to battle with Marlon McMullen, but he has been extremely fast this season.
Yeah,
Another thing to talk about real quick, Kane, Corey Preston, the number 8 car, he has had his demons this season thus far. Right now, he's got a really good time at 2:21.4. That's currently third best. I am really interested to see what he's going to bring to the race tonight. Hopefully, Corey has got himself focused tonight and ready to put a good performance down.
Sorry it disappeared on you. I just got a new headset today, and having reset everything up for the headset, the one thing that I forgot to set was iRacing, so I had to go through and get sound working on iRacing. Done that, now we're about ready. A couple minutes here left in qualifying, 2 minutes even. So a couple minutes here, we'll be able to get this race underway. Marlon McMullen's still on the pole. Watching Ian Ford right now as he's trying his best to set that lap, just like he did last week, right at the tail end of qualifying.
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize now for the booms that may pop through my mic. Literally fireworks galore right outside tonight as everybody is celebrating early for the 4th of July. So you might hear some fireworks in the background tonight as we are broadcasting on a very special weekend here in America. So it fits the America Series just right. 15 cars have posted times thus far, King. Still a few drivers, some big names have not. Vale Riches still has yet to post a time, so we'll see if he gets one in. I don't know if he'll have time to get one in at the way he's running in the Pagnian Falcon. Or maybe he can get on. Looks to be having some slight connectivity issues in the number 2 machine. We'll keep an eye on Vale. Currently, it is Marlon McMullen who still remains on the pole with 0.02 of a second faster than Ian Ford for the moment. Ian is pushing really hard right now on this lap. We'll see what he does in the Dimmadov Holden. Corey Preston remains third. Mick Cracknell is in fourth. Now he is done and satisfied with his qualifying time. He is sitting in his pit stall. Michael Healy is currently the 5th fastest car. Mitch McLeod's down there in 6th. Marty Carroll.
He was here last week. Maybe he was.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he sure was, man. Marty Carroll right now currently the 7th fastest car in his sim pit Ford, and he just crossed start-finish line, so he'll have another go at it as we are at 11:54, 11:55, 4 more seconds. If you don't start that cross the start-finish line, you will not go. So Marty did not go. He went back to the pit road. So if you haven't crossed the start-finish line, you are done. So let's see what happens here. Marlon McMullen looks like he'll be our pole sitter. We'll see if anybody can knock him off. Here
Ian
comes.
is on that final lap and managed to do it last week, so we'll have to keep an eye on Ian Ford and see how he does.
And, you know, there's 2:24 left in the session. They give you an extra time even if you don't finish. And this is such a long lap. You got to be moving anyways if you're going to make that count. Spa is such a huge circuit. I love the huge sweeping turns here, and a lot of people question how the V8s would do here. I think it's going to provide some really fun racing tonight. I'm excited. And here comes the Dimmadov machine. We'll see what he's going to do. He's still got to do a big turn here, and that won't do it. So, with that being said, our pole sitter will be Marlon McMullen. Oh, Kane, he just missed it. He just missed it. Marlon's best time on qualification, the pole, was a 1:21.05. Corey Preston just moved up into the 2nd spot there and sneaked past Ian Ford. A great lap right there from Corey Preston with a 2:21.18. And a fantastic lap right there from Corey. Let's get the guys gridded up. This is how we're going to grid tonight, so we'll take a quick peek. On the pole, it is going to be Marlon McMullen in 2nd place tonight. On the outside of that front row, it'll be Corey Preston, as some of the other guys are officially crossing the line. In 3rd will be Ian Ford. Michael Cracknell in the 4th slot. Vale Riches finally did get that time posted, and a good one at that. He'll be starting 5th. Mitch McLeod will be starting 6th. Michael Healy in the number 7 car will be starting 7th. Dale Niche with a good time tonight. He'll be starting 8th. Marty Carroll will be starting 9th. And that 10th spot, it will be Victor Tanaka in the number 9 machine. Matthew Ross Monroe will be starting 11th. Tony Kloosterman will be 12th. Jason Quire 13th. Jim Davey 14th. Mark Gamak will be in 15th in the number 10 machine. Bruce Keeley in 16th. Jason Bent 17th. 18th Rory Windrum. Brenton O'Brien in the 19th spot, and the 20th spot goes to Isaac de Figueiredo. The final 21st spot on the grid tonight came. We'll go to the number 18 car. That is Keith Wheeler. All right, so to all the drivers, good luck as these guys are getting ready to get gridded up here at Spa de or excuse me, Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps.
Pretty large grid here today. 21 cars. We've kind of been struggling with large grid the last couple weeks. We've it split at just the wrong spot, giving us a 16 and 17 car grid, and today we ended up with a 21 car grid. Very good sized grid here at Spa.
Well, I'm glad to see that came because it is a big circuit here. Lots of ground to cover. It's also going to be a pit stop race, so you're going to have to bring that factor into this race as well. So a little bit of strategy going to be in. You're not going to be able to just get out there and run fast laps. It's going to be coming down to being smart and keeping your car out of trouble. That is going to be it. It's up to a big start here. I love the start of Circuit Spa. We're going to go down the hill, flat out up the hill, and then it's a long straightaway down into turn 3. I love the start of this track. It's one of the best starting runs in all of autosports, guys, right here at Spa. And we're getting ready to go green for 22 laps, guys. The V8 Supercar America Series is about to get underway for week 3 of action. Right now, all we're waiting for now is the command to get the engines revved, the lights to light up, and let's go racing right here, week 3 action, buddy.
Do want to mention that week 3 action here at Spa is brought to you by Bathurst or Bus.com.
Fantastic stuff. Some of the guys starting to rev up. Here they go. Let's turn them loose. The lights are on. They're about to click off. When they do, it's all about the start. Here they are. Oh, it's a killer start from Marlon McMullen. He's going to jump ahead of Corey Preston. Behind him, it's side-by-side action as the sim pit machine of Michael Cracknell comes around Ian Ford to take third. Guys making a good run up the hill right now.
Big
Tons
action in
of
the
action.
back. Got a couple cars
Tons
over.
of
One of them stuck on
carnage.
the wall.
Oh, he's turned up on his side. Kane, a tough break. We're going to have to try to catch up on all involved. Jim Davey involved. Also, Mark Gamack involved. Also, Tony Klusterman involved. Oh, no, there's another car involved as well. And oh, no. That was just awful. I took another look at it real quick. Oh, that was terrible. And a lot of good stuff continuing for the guys that did make through ahead of this pack. It is very tight and raced all the way through. Cars single filed out as everybody else tries to get settled in on tonight's run. Marlon McMullen is leading the way. Corey Preston is not far behind at all. He's only about a half a car length behind. If that, shoot, he's about to be on the bumper. Also right by him in the sim pit holding it is Michael Cracknell. And a good run for Michael. He is in the number 4 machine. Keep your eye on him. And then back in 4th place, it is the fast Dividend machine of Ian Ford. 2 guys going side by side. It's Tony Klusterman right now side by side with Jim Davey. Both of those cars got wrapped up in that incident, and they're continuing to go around. Lots of damage on both machines.
Yeah, that's a shame for Jim. This is his first race back on the Friday night show in quite a long time. And what a tough incident that was there. Matthew Ross Monroe got a little to the outside, got a little, looked like something happened. The car got out way wide, hit the wall, came back in right into Jim Davey, who made contact with Mark and Max up over onto his side. Big wreck there for those guys.
Oh, right now Ian Ford going to try to come to the inside and make a move on Michael Cracknell. He's got a little bit of room, and he's going to maintain to the inside. He doesn't have the pass completed just yet. Still nose-to-nose action, door-to-door going down the front stretch here at Spa as they get ready to head up to the crest and up through the hill. It's going to be a great pass from Ian Ford as he just closes the door on the sim pit machine. Wonderful pass to move into 3rd place by Ian Ford to get around Michael Cracknell as the Dimmadov Holden slides up another one and back into 3rd.
Tell you what, making a pass to Earl Rouge like that, that's very great. Very good job by Ian Ford.
That's what I like to call Spa Valley down there, man, and he did a wonderful job. A lot of people wouldn't have taken that chance right there, but he had the space. He made the move. No contact was made very, very good pass there from the number 3 machine of Ian Ford. He's going to look ahead now to the Apex Ford Falcon of Corey Preston, Kane. And right now he has his sights on second place. He is actually looking very, very good right now. That car's gaining in a hurry. Also, another car on the move is Mitchell McLeod. He started in 6th place. He's having some really bad connectivity issues right now, Kane, as the torque machine is popping in and out of my screen a little bit. And he's trying to get up. He's riding well, but the connection issues are a problem. And he's right on the tail of Michael Cracknell now. Hopefully that will get cleaned up. Behind him, there's some more good action underway as Michael Healy, who started 5th, is working on Vail Riches. Now, Michael Healy fell back to 7th after starting 5th, so lost 2 spots. Now he's going to try to work his way back up and get some of that lost ground. Vail Riches, watch that guy. He is dangerous, and he's getting up in there, and he's looking ahead to Mitch McLeod. See a driver who worked his way up a little bit as well, had a really impressive qualifying time, if you ask me. That is the number 16, the other Apexy machine, the Apexy Holden in Dale Niche. Very impressive run from him so far this night. Had a great qualifying effort, and now it's put him in the 8th spot. So the number 16 car up in the 8th position at the moment. And we'll keep our eyes on Dale and see what he's able to accomplish tonight. He's actually right ahead of Marty Carroll. Marty looking to make a little bit of a move here, and he's thinking about something. He just didn't have quite the momentum he needed, and actually going to fall back a little bit.
This is such a scary part of the track right here. If you don't get it just perfect, you can end in disaster in the V8 Supercar going up to that fast area.
Kane, hate to jump off right there, but here comes another move right now. It is continuing to be a battle between Michael Cracknell down on the inside, and he gets back around Ian Ford. What a pass right there from Michael Cracknell to move back up into 3rd place. These guys are swapping positions back and forth, and this is what racing's all about right here, buddy. Incredible move.
Yeah, Ian Ford looking to get back around. He's definitely not going to let Mick Cracknell get away with that. He is right there looking to get back around, so we'll have to keep an eye on that battle as well. Back behind them, into the McLeod's car, still bouncing around all crazy, fighting for internet connection. In that number 6, it's McLeod.
Yeah, Mitchell McLeod really becoming an issue for these guys right now in the number 6 torque machine. That thing is connecting, popping in and out. In fact, Kane, it was off for a good 2 seconds there. That has got to be troublesome for the car directly behind him, Vail Riches. And hopefully it's not quite as bad on Vail's screen as it is on mine. But I'm assuming if you're seeing the same problem, hopefully that'll clear up real soon. Whoever said that this track was not going to suit this car didn't know what they were talking about. Incredible racing thus far. Cars very tight. Loving watching these cars around this track. I think it's suiting them very well. And really enjoying it. Marty Carroll right now trying to catch up to Michael Healy. And that is a very important thing for Marty Carroll to do, because if he falls away from this pack, he's going to lose some of that drafting down these long straightaways here at Spa through the chicane. He's
side with Corey Preston going down that little straightaway there. He might get the move done.
Oh, he's working hard right now, Kane. We got loads of cars down pit road right now as well. All those people that are eliminated, I guess. Matthew Ross Monroe, Jason Quire, Bruce Kelly. Tell it to me, brother. Tell it to me. If we 3 wide, let's do it. 3 wide racing. Tell me about it.
Mick Cracknell off the track. That's going to allow 4 or 5 cars to go.
Man, back here you got more action right now. The Pagny in number 2 machine going on the inside right now. He's looking to get around Ian Ford. He'll do it. Also getting around Corey Preston. Our Dale Niche, Vail Riches side by side. Looking ahead behind Marlon McMullen. The battle for second continues. Corey Preston right there. Tons of issues I think the connections finally got the torque machine, Kane. He got into the wall, and it was a net code incident, I believe, that cost Mr. Oh my goodness, can't get it out. Mitchell McLeod, thank you. The connection issues. Oh man, tough break from Mitch McLeod. The connection issues finally got him, and that'll send him back many spots. But I hate to say it, but unfortunately, maybe for the best, for the safety of the other cars. And I hate that for Mitch because he's got the speed and to be up there with the guys, but with the car bouncing around like that, it's not his fault. It's the internet connection. Michael Healy under some serious pressure from Michael Cracknell now. Now remember, guys, Michael fell back after that incident there, that crazy stuff going on, and he's going to have to fight to get back. I tell you, a guy who really gained some spots, and that is Vale Riches, guys. He has moved up right behind Ian Ford, who is currently listed in 3rd place. And I tell you what, here comes. All right, guys, welcome back to week number 3 of the V8 Supercar Americas Series presented by V8s Online. I'm JD Smith, Kane Craft. With me, we're back here and right underway. It is lap number 6 currently of 22 laps. Long way to go in this one. We got a great race right now for the battle for second. Marlon McMullen is out in the lead if you just joined us. He is really got a huge lead. Behind him, side-by-side action right now. It is Corey Preston as they go into the chicane. It is Ian Ford making the move down on the inside. Can he get it done? And it's side-by-side. They're going to make contact. It's a drag down the speed here. It's just a straight drag race. And as they get down into the turn, Ian Ford should have the advantage. Down on the inside, it's all going to come down to the wheel spin here on exit. It's a beautiful job through the turn right there from Ian Ford to get around Corey Preston right there. Those two have exchanged positions 4 times, guys. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Incredible racing going on for P2. Also for P4 back there, another race is being held as Martin Carroll has made his way up a little bit through the fields. He's working on Michael Cracknell right now. So plenty of things going on throughout. Side-by-side action again right now behind him. Corey Preston is trying to get around. That's another spot lost by Corey. And look at this. Dale Niche is up in 5th place, Kate. He's working on Bell Riches. He has had a heck of a run.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the best runs that we've seen Dale Niche had. He's definitely come this fall with a fire under his butt to get something done, and he has. He's up in 4th place now, chasing down Bell Riches. That's fantastic.
I think this track really suits his driving style, but he's had a lot of good things handed his way as well. Things happened around him. He was able to get by, and he's just kept a good, steady pace. And you do that, and good things are going to happen. He's actually looking ahead right now to catching Bell Riches up there in the 4th position. The number 2 Pagnian machine is working hard in the Ford Falcon there. And it's a good run right now. He's looking ahead to Ian Ford as Ian currently runs in 2nd place. Marlon McMullen, you guys just want to know how big of a lead he has. It is over 8.5 seconds, actually almost closer to 9-second lead over 2nd place driver Corey Preston at the moment. Very impressive run from Marlon McMullen right now. And I apologize for saying Corey Preston was in 2nd. It's actually Ian Ford. Corey has fallen way back from earlier, guys. He fell back. He is running right behind number 4 machine of Michael Cracknell. So that's going to be a fun battle to watch right now. Got a car heading down into the pits right now. I believe it is Marty Carroll. It is. It's the number 5 machine, the Sim Pit Falcon. Martin Carroll headed down into pit road here on lap number 7 of 22. Kane, go ahead and get it out of the way.
Yeah, with the reboot, I lost any of the pit road stats that I had prior to that, so I'm not quite sure who has and hasn't made a pit stop at this point. Something about that update. I don't know. Something about this last iRacing update. My computer will shut down every broadcast for some reason.
I think that that is our very first pit stop as far as for tactical reasons. I think all the pit stops we had early in the race were from the earlier race incident there. between those 4 cars we had early in the race. So I do believe Marty is the first car down pit road for tactical reasons. So I think we're okay on that, pal. And this is one of the longest pit roads that we visit all year long. I think this is the longest pit road. A lot of time spent going down pit road. Mitchell McLeod, remember his connection issues. He's currently in the pit stall, wondering if he'll be able to get back out there and race as well. He's already listed as a lap down. By the time he were to get back out, I'm sure he'd be closer to 2, maybe even closer to 3 laps down. We'll have to see how that goes if and when he gets back out on the track, guys.
I'm hearing Marty Carroll made a mistake and hit the wall in pit lane. He is back out now.
He did. He made contact with the wall. It's such a long pit stall, and there's a narrow part as you're coming around that sharp. It's a sharp little turn, and he got into the cement barrier.
Is that what you was talking about when I was doing something else, not listening to you, and then I come back on and say the same thing you just said?
No. I hadn't mentioned that he had hit it. I didn't realize he hit it that hard. I saw him do it, but I didn't think he hit it that hard.
Corey Preston now falls behind his teammate Dale Niche. Corey Preston back in 6th place. Dale Niche still up in that 5th position. Looks like Corey might fall another one. He's being pressured seriously by Michael Healy.
Yeah, Michael Healy getting ready. Something is definitely wrong with Corey Preston's. 2 cars ducked down into pit road. It's actually going to be Dale Niche headed down pit road as well as Michael Healy. So the trend of pit stops starting to come about as the guys starting to head down pit road and go ahead and get those pit stops out of the way. And if you want to know just how long those stalls are, guys, it's just amazing. We'll just think about how long it is until I tell you they're getting out. If you are watching the pit stall right now, Michael Healy just is passing right now where Marty Carroll made contact with that cement barrier.
Yeah, that is a sharp turn. It's just a slow pit lane, and the pit lane is huge. It's the longest pit road in iRacing. So
I don't know why they just don't open it. Take that cement barrier down and let the entrance be down at the end of the turn there. I don't think.
Used to be,
yeah.
It only recently changed, maybe a year or so ago.
Yeah, I don't even think it's been that long. I think it was just the build before last, wasn't it? It's very recent. Pit road is got a few cars on it at the moment with Dale Niche, Michael Healy, and of course still on the pit road, and he is 2 laps down at the moment, Mitch McLeod. How about this? Some of the guys that were in the early incidents back out on the track. Jim Davey has remained on lead lap, Kane. Very impressive.
Yeah, he has. I don't know if he had to pit in that initial deal or not. I know the wreck has cost him some pace as his car is really damaged, but he's sticking with it, and he's almost into that top 10 by just staying with it.
Yeah, he's currently 14th at the moment. The car has loads of damage to the front end, but the Pennzoil Falcon on its way.
Tony Kirschman, another driver that's got a tore-up car. The Sim-Ability vehicle of Tony Kirschman missing the hood and fender.
Ian Ford back in 2nd place, guys, as he is headed down pit road to get some work done on the Demidov Holden machine. Behind him, it's another Sim Pit car. That is Michael Cracknell. He's followed by Corey Preston. So big pit stops right here from these guys as 3 more head down pit road. Boy, that is just an excruciatingly long pit road. Oh! Ian Ford nailed the wall! And so did, oh my gosh! So did Michael Cracknell. They both hit the wall directly where Marty Carroll hit it. And Kane, I'm telling you what, Ian hit it pretty hard. It's okay, though, because they're going into their pit stall. They can get the repair work done, but it's going to cost them.
Yeah, it'll definitely cost them some time. Oh, yeah. Boy, Ian hit that hard. Mick Cracknell, too. Both of them hit it at about the same just about as hard. And yeah, that had to have caused at least some damage. That'll cost him a little bit more time in the pit stall.
That's why I watch these guys when they go down pit road, because you just never know. Oh, some guys I haven't mentioned much about. Brenton O'Brien, he's back in 16th place. He's currently running in the number 19 Maverick Weldon Holden, and he is flying right now, trying to get up, make up some time. Martin Carroll, remember, he made an early stop there, and he's currently in 15th position. He's running. His last lap time is slow, showing slow because of the pit stop, but he looks to be having pretty good pace right now. So keep our eye on that Sim Pit Falcon and catch up and see how the number 5 machine of Marty Carroll's doing here in a few laps' time.
Jason Bentz in the, I can't remember what it was. I can't see it, I'm too far away, but plumbing, electrical, laser.
Yeah, the plumbing and electric. Yeah, the plumbing and electric laser Holden there of Jason Bentz. He's currently in the number 12 machine. He's 13th spot.
Had a great race last week. He
all
got,
right.
Quite a bit of camera time last week. It was his first race that I had noticed him in the race. He had a fantastic race last week.
Great run. Our leader is down pit road, guys. Marlon McMullen in the Red Bull. Holden is headed down pit road. Now, I'm going to keep a close eye on this. Very important pit stop. He had a 10.8 second lead at the time of his entrance into pit road. And he does not hit the wall. It was sort of close, though, Kane. I didn't know. I was wondering if he was going to tap the wall, too. And no problem so far for Marlon McMullen. And I tell you what, the other guys were kind of going to have to hope for him to really make a mistake on pit road if they have a chance to catch up to this guy.
Victor Tanaka currently in the number 1 spot, so give Victor a mention as Victor Tanaka's in the lead for the moment. Never quit racing Holden, I believe. Yep. And
yeah,
number 1 spot.
Victor Tanaka in the NQR, a.k.a. Grossim, a.k.a. Simability Holden there. It's rocking it out there in the first spot. Good job from the number 9 machine. And the only thing we can do to help Victor is get him out of a Holden and put him in a Ford, Kane. And half the views just left the broadcast. Did I lose you, buddy? Oh, yeah.
Scare you? After the rough start we've had so far, I can imagine it getting pretty scary.
More side-by-side racing right now. Corey Preston has a little battle with Michael Cracknell. They're going at it right out of pit road. They're back at it again. We're looking to the inside. It's the Sim Pit Holden as Michael Cracknell comes to the inside, possibly to make a move on. Corey Preston can't get the run quite good enough. Very good pace right now from Corey Preston. The problem is they're coming up on lap traffic as Jim Davey up in the Vinzoil machine up in front. And he's going to get over and let these guys duke it out, and that's exactly what they'll do. It's the number 4 Sim Pit Racing machine. Oh, trouble! Just kidding. I thought they were going to have some trouble. And, man, there was so much dust in my screen, the camera angle I had, it looked like somebody spin out in front of them.
Well, Corey Preston did get off the track. He's no longer going to be in that battle with Mick Cracknell. Mick got around and is pulled quite a ways away as Corey drove it off into the sand trap.
I saw all that sand. I thought that somebody had spun out into the wall, and it was Corey Preston. But the camera angle I had, I couldn't see. It was zoomed in too close.
Ford and Dale Ritchie's with a battle, pretty serious battle of their own for this. Looks like it's going to be effectively 3rd position.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be. And here comes down on the inside. Good move from Vale Riches in the Pagnian machine. He made his way right around that Ford Falcon, makes a move, and gets around the Holden of Ian Ford now. That is really, really a good aggressive move right there. And here comes Ian Ford on the rebound. Came the number 3 Holding, going to get a little bit of redemption here possibly. Oh, maybe a little bit of wheel spin on exit there. Going to cost him just a 1/10 of a second maybe, but that could be the difference maker down the front stretch.
And Ford does have some front end damage there as well, probably cost him a little bit of time as he's going down the straightaways. I'm noticing he's got to hold his wheel a little bit to the left to get it to go straight. So that damage to the front end where it hit that pit wall, definitely having to fight that a little bit here.
And that's such a pain. Even when it's off a little bit like that, it messes up your muscle memory and rhythm. I always hate driving with a damaged car, Kane. It's just a tough job, and some drivers do it better than others too. Some drivers, it's like they don't even have a problem with it.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Some drivers you can't even hardly tell if they're driving a beat-up car. I've seen some drivers do it, and you just wouldn't even know how much damage they actually had until they come in and tell us how bad it was.
How about this? Our leader, Marlon McMullen, just put Martin Carroll a lap down. And so Marlon McMullen is really booking it in this race, Kane. He has got an impeccable pace.
Yeah, Marlon, a driver that knew we were coming up on spot. I don't know, I'm not going to say that any others didn't, but he knew that he's a little out of practice for Spa, so I've seen Marlon practicing quite a bit this week to get this track refigured out, as it's been a good, at least a year since we've been here. Now that practice is paying off for Marlon, as he's got a heck of a pace here.
Fantastic.
Victor Tanaka now down pit road to take his pit stop. That's going to remove him from that #1 position and move Roy Windrum up into that #1 spot. But Roy also down pit road. Keith Wheeler down pit road. That's going to effectively give Marlon back his lead.
And as deserved.
Val Ritchie's will be in that second spot, with being Ford in third, and Dale Niche up into fourth.
Rory Windrum headed down pit road. Victor Tanaka still in his box, Kane.
Yeah, he stayed out an extra 4 laps, 3 laps compared to some of those other guys. I'm sure that the amount of extra fuel that he'll be taking will probably put him in there a little bit longer.
There he goes. The Simability machine is back off and running.
Mick Cracknell and Dale Niche with a little battle going on. Mick Cracknell less than half a second behind Dale Niche. He's coming right up to the bumper.
Oh, it's a great battle going on between Michael Cracknell and Dale Niche. Here comes a look, and it's shut down. I am so impressed with Dale Niche's run thus far in this race. Fantastic running. He's currently in 7th place, and he has just looked really, really good.
It has, and it's been so long since we've seen Dale up at the front of the pack, and that's not an insult. It's just how great he's doing today.
He took
really
that too
coming together
wide.
for him.
I thought that was really going to cost him, Kane. He went really wide again. That's 2 times in a row. And somehow he keeps the pace. Very good job. You got to think, though, if he keeps running in a little too hot like that, that's going to cost him. And that'll allow the Sim Pit machine to slide right up under there for the easy pass. Mike Cracknell has just been loaded down with speed this season already. And I know we're only in week 3, but he has just had tremendous pace.
Yeah, he's a driver that many drivers said coming into season 3 to be on the lookout for Michael Cracknell, because he's definitely got a lot of speed and he's a threat to win this championship.
He is. He's kind of, a lot of people would say, oh, here he comes now, going to try to look on the inside. Does not find any daylight as the opportunity is gone for now. He's going to have another opportunity as they get to the end of the straightaway here on this big right-hander. And it's still a great run up there from Dale Niche and the number 16 Apex he Holden. He's able to hold that position down. And so listed in 4th place at the moment. Now he's going to look to the outside. Nothing there. They're down at the bottom of the valley on their way up the hill. They're running flat out, coming up on some lap traffic. Now the lap traffic gets out of the way quickly, and now they're going to race going full speed ahead down the straightaway, all drafting away it is behind Dale Niche, using all he can. He's going to look to the inside now. He's going to have a big run coming to the end of the straightaway, and I think he's got him, Kane, a good pass right there from Michael Cracknell. Waited to the right opportunity, and that is probably one of the biggest passing zones on this circuit, coming at the end of that straightaway, using all the draft on the long straightaway, get all the momentum, move to the inside, and make the pass. The only way you're going to hold off a guy doing that is if you pull in a very risky block. If you break late, hold the inside line, and try to hope that they don't ram you from behind. So, you got to give Dale Niche credit there. Did a wonderful job running up there in 4th. He'll fall back to 5th, and he'll have to fight Matt
Cracknell. The car
Cracknell.
that they passed, you had mentioned that it was lap traffic. It wasn't. That was Ian Ford. And Ian now under pressure from Corey Preston. Corey's going to go around Ian, having some serious control issues on that car. He just keeps falling back. So
Kane,
Ian now back in 6th.
I did not realize that was Ian Ford. His car looked so beat up. I did not realize that was him.
I didn't either while I was watching. It wasn't until I noticed that once Mick passed Dale, it moved him up into 3rd. I'm like, wait a second, something happened. And so I looked, and that was Ian Ford that they had passed.
Wow. Yeah, he's got a bent up hood. It's not real bad as I thought it was, but some damage.
Most of the damage is in the suspension, into the wheels itself. One of the camber or something's really jacked up and affecting the steering wheel.
And that's what you don't want is suspension damage. That's makes it so much harder to drive.
Going back to Mick Cracknell, I am so glad to see him having a good race. First part of his season, not only in the Americas, but also in the main series, has been met with a disaster. He's had some bad luck the first couple weeks, and so it's really good to see him getting out to a great finish here on here in the V8 Supercars America Series. Dale Niche falling off pace just a little bit there from Mick Cracknell. Corey Preston, looks like he's on the charge, going to be tracking down Dale Niche here in the next lap or so. Up front, we still got Marlon McMullen. Marlon, 13.9 seconds now ahead of second place Vale Ritchie's. How awesome is it to see Vale up in second place? Very good run from Vale Ritchie's. And like I said, Mick Cracknell in 3rd. Dale Niche back in 4th. Just ahead of his teammate Corey Preston. Ian Ford back in 6th place. Victor Tanaka up into 7th place today. Roy Wyndham in 8th. Isaac De Figueiredo in that 9th place position. Jason Bentz, we had talked about him a little earlier. He's in the 10th position. Britton O'Brien finds himself in that 11th position. Keith Wheeler in 12th. Marty Carroll's going to be in that 13th spot. Tony Klusterman in 14th. He is in his pit stall, looking a little worse for wear today. Jim Davey, he's still out on track in 15th. Bruce Keeley in that 16th position. Michael Healy, 6 laps down and out of the race right now in that 17th position. Mitch McLeod in 18th. He's out of the race as well. Mark Kanak, Jason Quire, and Matthew Ross Monroe round out the field. Right now, the closest battle on the track is this battle for 4th between Corey Preston and Dale Niche. Corey doing a great job reeling in his teammate. He should be catching him probably by the end of this lap. I would imagine he would be right there giving Dale a good battle. But as we've seen with the Dale Niche-Mick Cracknell battle, Dale definitely a hard car to pass here. He's definitely got a lot of great pace here this fall. So Corey's going to have his work cut out for him when he does catch Dale. on board with Britton O'Brien as Britton is tracking down Jason Bentz for that top 10 position. Check back on this battle. Dale Nish goes wide. That's going to allow Corey Preston to sneak out to the outside. It looks like Dale Nish intentionally did that. And that question was asked in the video server. Will Dale give up his position, or will it be a battle to the death? Well, there's your answer. Corey Preston gets by without challenge. Dale settles in for 5th, and that's going to allow Corey to start to track down Michael Cracknell for that 3rd position. He's only 2.2 seconds back, so Corey Preston definitely could, possibly with 6 laps to go, he could run back down Michael Cracknell and relight that fire of that battle that Corey and Michael Cracknell have had so much today. O'Brien under some pressure from Keith Wheeler. Brenton did manage to get up there and get past Jason Bentz and take over that 10th position.
Yeah.
But Keith Wheeler following him right on through. And Keith is now right on the bumper for O'Brien, going to give Brenton some pressure there for that top 10 position.
Lots of good stuff happening in this one, buddy.
Yeah, Spa, definitely a challenging race here for some. That pit road, definitely a sharp turn there for several of these cars, taking some damage in pit road. But other than that, it's really been a great race for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, it has. It was real tight early in the run, and after pit road, it really spaced things out, especially after, like you mentioned, Kane, some of the cars took some pretty heavy damage. That has caused some to have a little bit slower paces, spreading out the field pretty much throughout the field, although some guys having some surprising good runs. In 5th place, Dale Nish. Up in 4th, his teammate Corey Preston. In 3rd place at the moment, Michael Cracknell in the number 4 Simpit machine. Up in 2nd, Vale Riches, and of course your leader still Marlon McMullen, and a humongous lead, over 14 seconds now for the Red Bull Holden. Good job there from the number 1 machine. Remember, 22 laps is going to be what we're running here today, currently on lap number 17, so still a little ways to go in this one. Make that lap 18, as our leader has just started the lap 18 now. Kane, lots of stuff coming up this weekend. Really looking forward to it. I mentioned want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. And take this minute to tell us about www.bathursterbus.com.
Bathursterbus.com is a website that we created because the community has asked us to visit Australia and visit the Bathurst 1000. And many members of the community had suggested that we do a fundraiser because it's so expensive to come from America and go all the way to Australia. The plane tickets are extraordinarily expensive, but that is basically the only expense. So if we can get some money raised and to get over there, the members of the community have said you don't got to worry about a place to stay. We'll have a place to stay, and you don't got to worry about food. There'll be barbecues and stuff like that. So it's as low cost as it can possibly be for us to get over there. We're just hoping to raise a little money so that hopefully we can get over there and do that. There is some prizes available if you donate. There's a couple prizes that have been donated to as a giveaway to those who donate. Will all be entered into a drawing to get those prizes. One of which is a high definition dash cam for your car. It goes on the dash. It's a 720p dash cam. It has a monitor built into it, and it has some infrared lights for nighttime viewing. So it's a very cool little dash cam. Retails for $159, and it can be yours if you donate to Bathurst to Bus website and win the drawing. There's also a pen cam that looks just like an ink pen, but you push a button on it and it will film the room. If you're anything that you need to record and be kind of sneaky about it, it's the perfect thing to have.
Sounds awesome, Kane. Really cool stuff right there. And that's just, for those helping, donate, man. It's just a little something drawing for some fun there to give away pretty cool prizes. But, Kane, right now, good battle going on right now. We're enjoying watching Keith Wheeler here in the number 18 car. He's trying to crack up into the top 10. He's trying to get around Brenton O'Brien, but that has proved to be a very difficult task. Brenton O'Brien has been keeping up just enough pace to make sure that does not happen.
Yeah, Brenton looking very good here today, up in the top 10. He had a little bit of bad luck last week, and so it's good to see him get through today and up into the top 10 position. Is a great finish for Brenton.
Tell you what, it's so fun when you get two guys that are very equal as far as driving ability go, and they get in a battle like this, and it's just what really brings this series to life. It happens more than you would ever think it would. It's just a true example of what happens when you get a good group of guys that know how to race one another. And here he's going to try a move on the outside. It's not going to work, but at least he tried. Let's see if he tries to work that on the inside as Mr. Brenton O'Brien tries to hang on to that top 10 spot. Oh, perhaps a move on the inside, Kane. Not enough.
Yeah, I think Brenton got off the turn there quite a bit better, but I think Keith's going to have another couple tries here with 4 laps to go. You had mentioned these guys and how close they can run, and this is something we see so much in this series. Today it's kind of slacked off a little bit with the pit stops and the issues that a couple of the drivers have happened, but so often we see driver after driver after driver, bumper to bumper in this series, and these guys can do it and keep it clean and really put on some excellent high intensity races.
Always, man. It seems like they're always high intensity races, and we may get another battle on our hands before we hit lap 22 here on lap 19. It looks like Michael Cracknell may have some company pretty soon, as he has another driver coming up. That is Corey Preston back there in the number 8, as he's starting to maybe close that gap a little bit. And Corey's thinking about taking a step on a podium this week.
Yeah, he's pretty close, within 1 second of Michael Cracknell. So with 3 laps to go, that's definitely possible for him to reel in that gap and maybe even get a move done on Michael Cracknell.
Oh, yeah, he's within 3 car lengths now. And, Jim Davey there getting out of the way to let those guys cruise on by. So and that did not slow up Michael Cracknell, none at all. So that made the job for Corey a little bit harder. Now working their way up the hill, really fast up the hill from both cars as they were both flat out. And let's see if Corey's close enough to draw a little bit of aero advantage there, a.k.a. the draft off of that sim pit machine.
Man, Corey is just flying today.
He is booking it, Kane. He's had a little bit of bump downs here and there, but the car overall is flying. He's going to catch him. It's just a matter of time. He is going to catch him. Oh, he drove it in a little bit too hard there, Kane, and that hurt him a hair. Good run right there from Michael Cracknell, able to stay focused and not let Corey get to him back there. He sees that apexy Ford back there in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, these drivers are so good about watching the time and seeing how far behind the driver is behind him. And he's been watching Corey get a little bit closer and a little bit closer and a little bit closer on the timesheet. And so he knows that Corey's not only back there, but he's coming up quick.
Well, one thing you got to be careful of, and if this is one thing, if I'm Mike Cracknell, I'm thinking, and that's, you know, I've got the advantage right now. I am in the lead. I'm in third. One thing that Corey's trying to get up here to me, if I can just ride a consistent laps, good consistent laps, and keep the tires somewhat cool, Corey's back there pushing as hard as he can. He's going to overheat those tires, and when he gets slippery and loose, which it looks like he might have just got loose a second ago, when he starts to get loose, that's when I'm going to push, and I'm going to really break away from this. But so far that has not happened, and it looks like Corey may have just closed it a little bit more right there on that last turn.
Yeah, I think it's taken all Michael has just to try to stay up ahead and not let Corey get any closer, you know, and it's taken all he has just to slow down that advance on Corey. So it's just trying to time it enough to where you can stay ahead long enough to get through those last 2 laps.
Well, Corey is definitely in range to take some of that draft off of the Sim-Pit car. So this could be fun as we get down at the end of this straightaway, Kane. He could be a lot closer. How hard will they take it into the turn? It's going to be fun to see here. Beautiful turn in right there from, what a job from Michael Cracknell there. The pressure was streaming up behind him. He didn't let it get to him. Great turn off the straightaway there. They have some lap traffic ahead of him. Kane, could be an issue. And here's Corey Preston. He is within a car length, and just within a car length now. And this is about to heat up. Lap 21 to 22. We only got about a lap and a half left in this one. Will Corey Preston be able to make it into the top 3? Or will we see Mick Cracknell stand on that final spot of the podium here at Spa in week 3? We'll find out in less than a lap and a half.
Marlon McMullen's still doing a great job out front. Let's see exactly how far he is out front.
Almost 16 seconds. 17.
16 and a half seconds, actually. 16.4. It's kind of jumping around. Jumped up to 17, 16.4.
Goodness gracious.
16 and a half seconds. That's an unbelievable job from Marlon McMullen to get out there and just drive away from those guys.
That is
Richie's
very...
in second, having a great race himself. It's great
Yeah.
to see Dale up there in second.
Vale, let's just real quick on him. Vale started 5th, Kane, and has done an incredible job. White flag is out as Marlon McMullen has started the final lap of the race, guys. So the white flag is out. The next flag will end this race. And Marlon McMullen has got everything in his power at the moment, and all he has to do is take this baby around one more time to get the victory here in week 3. Back on that Corey Preston and Michael Cracknell battle. What's going to happen, Kane? Will we see Corey get around him?
No, Mick has definitely got enough pace to stay out front, I think, but Corey is flying, so it's definitely, I think Corey's going to catch up to him and be right on his bumper come the finish line, but my money's going to be on Mick Cracknell going in and getting it done and getting that podium step.
Well, big opportunity right here, and Corey knows it. He's going to have to get a little bit closer, though, if he's going to get to him at the end of this straightaway. I don't think he's close enough to make it happen this time, and it's going to be tough.
Fantastic race from these guys, though. Both of them, they've battled all race long at different parts, and they've got knocked back and came back. So, good battle from both these guys.
Well, the real story of the race is, and he deserves the camera time here on the second half of the last lap, that is the Red Bull Commodore up here. None other than Marlon McMullen. He deserves the spotlight, Kane, in such a dominating form, dominating fashion today. What a race from him, and he is just up here dominating this thing. Over 17 seconds now over second place driver Vale Riches. An incredible performance here at Spa in week 3 for Marlon McMullen. And he just has a few more turns to go. What a job for him. Incredible speed. His last lap was a qualifying time, 122.1. That is qualifying laps. He's running here on lap 22 in the race. That is just insanely fast. Incredible job on a track that a lot of people weren't too sure about. I thought this track performed very well. Here it is through the final chicane. He's got only about 2 more big turns here in this one, and this bad boy is all over. What a performance from Marlon McMullen, guys, who will win Spa in week 3. Congratulations is in order.
Definitely a great drive from Marlon. This will be his first win of the season. He's been a little struggle to get that win so far. It is only week 3, but that gets him up into the winner's circle. And it's a fantastic race. He did it in great fashion. 17 seconds. Holy.
And in second place, it went to Vale Riches, and Michael Cracknell did get the final spot on the podium. And it's a burnout for Marlon McMullen up here. Let's check him out as he deserves the spotlight here. We didn't get to watch him too much in this one as he was so far ahead, so we'll watch him now.
Yeah, Marlon always does good to give us a victory show. Ethan, he jumps out pretty quick once he's done. I mean, probably exhaustion. These races can be so exhausting.
Here he goes. iRacing, give us smoke.
Yeah, we definitely need some smoke, iRacing. Come on. Oh, I
Whoa, got a little bit. We got a little plume of smoke there. And all right, so with that, let's go ahead and do a rundown of our final results here, guys. Here at Spa in week 3, it was quite an entertaining race. Got a little spread out, but still overall a good race. Marlon McMullen, of course, as we just saw, took the checkered flag. Second spot on the steps went to Vale Riches. Third went to Mick Cracknell. In fourth place tonight, Corey Preston. Fifth place, what a run there from the number 16 Apexy Holden, Dale Niche. And looking at sixth place, it went to Ian Ford. A great run from Ian in the Dimmadov machine. I thought he had a great performance considering all that happened. Victor Tanaka, good race from him in the sim ability. Holden, he comes across in 7th tonight. He even got up and led a lap when all the pits were cycling through. Rory Windrum, he'll come across in 8th place. What a job for him after qualifying 18th. Isaac DeFigueiredo started all the way back in 20th, and the Sim Pit Falcon finished in 9th. Brenton O'Brien got his top 10 spot, holding off Keith Wheeler in 11th. In 12th went to Jason Bentz in the Plumbing and Electric Laser Holden. Back in 13th place, 1 lap down, the number 5 Sim Pit Racing Falcon, Marty Carroll. Jim Davey, after the beginning wreck, what a job for him to maintain and finish 14th. The Pennzoil Falcon held in there to get a good result. Tony Klusterman in the Sim Ability machine finished in 15th. 16th went to Bruce Keeley. Michael Healy in 17th. Mitch McLeod with the connectivity issues cost him. He'll finish 17 laps down in 18th. Mark Gamak, who was in an early race incident, he'll finish 20 laps down in 19th. The same with Jason Quire in 20th and Matthew Ross Monroe 21 laps down as well in 21st position. That is how things ended up here at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. As they say, Kane, great run. And this one is in the books. First 3 weeks of the season are history.
And it's been a good first 3 weeks. Of course, Ethan Grigg Galt taking the victory the first 2 weeks. Now Marlon's got his first W on the board. I'm anxious to see some other drivers come up there and get a win as well. It'll be exciting as this season is proven to be a unique season. This season 3's got some sprint races, some pit stop races, some endurance races, a great mix. They've limited fuel on some races, and really, they've done a great job with this schedule.
Yeah, a lot of thought and consideration goes into the schedule making these days, and it really does wonders for the viewers and for us as broadcasters and for them as racers. It really helps everyone involved and makes it more exciting. I thought this was a fantastic run. 22 laps seemed to be about the perfect length for tonight's race, and I thought it went well. All right, guys, let's bring in some of our interviews. Let's go ahead and kick things off tonight, Kane. Probably won't be able to have quite as long of a post-race show as some nights, but let's kick these driver interviews off with our winner, Marlon McMullen. And go ahead and get Marlon in here. I'm trying to. There he is. Marlon, welcome to the post-race show. Congratulations on your victory.
Thanks, guys. How are we?
Oh, doing wonderful, buddy. Good race. How did you like driving around Spa? It looked like your favorite track in the world out there.
Yeah, it's great to be back at Spa. It's been quite a long time since we've ran it. So, I mean, we ran it a few weeks ago in the Rock Series in the Aston Martin. So it was sort of really, really nice to get back there and do a few laps. And yeah, we came here this week and I just got into the flow of it. And I really, really, really liked it, especially through Eau Rouge. The whole car was really, really well balanced this week. So I made sure I used it to the maximum of its potential. And yeah, that's today's result, So I'm really happy with it. And not sure what Ethan was. It would have been a really good battle with him, but yeah, we'll see what happens next week.
Well, I was about to say, him not being here this week left the door open for you. It doesn't mean that it automatically was your race. You had to get up there and earn it, and earn it you did. It'll be fun to see what happens next week when Ethan returns, and you two will get up there and give us a good show. Plus, some of the other guys starting to show a lot of pace as well, man. Congrats on the awesome race. Looking forward to next week. And I'm trying to remember where we go next week. I was about to pull it up, but I'm sure that
Is it
probably...
Phillip Island?
Is it Phillip Island?
I don't know. I might sure be scared.
I'll tell you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are at Phillip Island for 46 laps. Phillip Island, then Circuit of the Americas. So your favorite track is next, my friend.
I don't know who's done that to me. I feel like that's a bit of a curse at the moment, but at least we've got a couple of drop weeks to use before week 8, if anything goes wrong. But, as you said before, there's a lot of guys at the moment who are really, really showing some promising pace. And, especially today in that qualifying session, that was a really, really sort of committed sort of session. Ian was really up there and Corey, himself was up there. So, not too sure what happened in the race. It was all in the mirrors and I just sort of put the head down and, focused on myself. And, yeah, we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. I know I'm not too strong at Phillip Island, but I showed a lot more promise there last season than I ever have before. So hopefully I can keep up that momentum.
I was about to say, I thought that last time there you did pretty good. So just keep up the good work. Have lots of practice this week. We wish you the best of luck. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. That is Marlon McMullen, everybody. Big, big win for him at tonight's race. Thought it was a great performance. Next, let's bring into the broadcast booth Mr. Corey Preston. Or actually, let's bring in Corey Preston real quick. Have a word with him.
What?
Corey, welcome to the post-race show. How are you tonight?
Hey, how are you?
Doing great tonight, buddy. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty good after that race. Bit exhausted though. That was a long one. I didn't think I was going to make it.
Kind of an up and down affair. Tell me a little bit about the run.
Yeah, first I got to put out an apology to Mitch McLeod. I mean, he was completely disappeared when we've obviously had some kind of contact, and I just completely ruined his race. But I had a train of cars behind me, and I didn't want to brake abruptly just in case I caused an even bigger incident. But yeah, I'm terribly sorry, Mitch McLeod. But yeah, just a few mistakes otherwise that I'm ruining. I mean, that one, there was a lap going up a Rouge. I crested a Rouge and Radion, and the back of the car went sideways, and I was like, uh-oh, and I ended up out near the pit exit, and I was like, oh no, and then I gathered it back up, and then yeah, at the critical moment, I ran deep into that sort of 180-degree corner after Lacoombs, and yeah, that cost me a few seconds. I'm really ruining that one. I mean, that was the one that killed my race. But yeah, I mean, fourth, only 2 spots down from where I started in quali. I mean, I'll take that. I was lucky to even get through the race.
Well, I tell you one thing, Corey, your pace has been exceptional. If you could find a way just to get rid of the little, what's the word I'm looking for? Just the little flaws, the little bitty incidents in the race that are costing you time. What a phenomenal run that you will have. You've been having really good performances lately. The pace is there, brother. It's just finding the luck to go along with it, and finding that consistency is going to be the kicker. But once you get it, man, extreme pace. Your results are getting better and better, and I'm excited. It's really fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty good today. I mean, I don't think even if I had a started behind Crackers or Ian, I don't think they could have took it to Marlon. Sadly, I was just off him in quali, but you know, a tenth every lap round here, you know, 22 laps. That's he was already going to be up far up the road anyway, regardless if I could hold him or not. But you know, he was just too fast. And a big shout out to Dale. I mean, he drove a great race today. I mean, after the pit stop, he had pace on me, and I dug everything I had out of the car to try and catch Dale, and he unfortunately made a bit of a mistake, which allowed me to go through, and then we worked on catching up to Crackers, and another few laps, I reckon I might have had Crackers, but yeah, he had awesome pace today, so yeah, well done to Crackers and extremely well done to Dale. I mean, he just jumped on like 10 minutes before the race or half an hour before the race, and I gave him a setup, and he was a bit unsure about how he was going to go, but yeah, he had awesome pace today. So nice to see the JMSR cars both in the top 5.
Absolutely. And speaking of Crackers, let's bring him in here for a quick word. Michael Cracknell, everybody, welcome to the Post Race Show. How are you, bud?
Hey JD, Kane, how you guys going?
Man, going great. A good run out there from you this evening, or wherever you're at in the world. You know, it's hard to keep up with the times these days on different parts of our globe. But anyways, man, a great performance tonight. And at the end there, you worked hard to hold off somebody. Tell us about it.
Yeah, Corey found some pace and he was catching me, and I'm just like, oh, I just got to hold him off. So I was able to do that okay, but geez, the first run of the race was so hectic. It was a lot of fun.
It looked like you were having a lot of fun out there, and sometimes when you guys are out there having fun, it shows in results. And that podium out there was not an easy podium. It wasn't handed to you, sir. I had to earn that one, and it showed.
Absolutely. Corey really made me work for it. Like, he was 3 seconds behind me with about 7 laps to go, and he closed it right up. So I had no pace. I had a bit of damage from hitting the outside of the pit wall, coming through the middle of pit lane on that tight corner, and kind of bent the steering a little bit to an angle. So from there, I was just fighting it, and yeah, just hoping that I could hold off Corey at the end.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man, and it paid off. You know, what were your thoughts on Spa tonight and how it raced?
Yeah, I love the track. I like the changing weather as well. It just mixes it up a little bit. But yeah, the track was pretty good, and I don't know, it seemed to grip up pretty well. Like I was still low 22s there with a bit of damage. So at the end, and Corey I know was going faster. But the track's really good.
So is the dynamic track already there?
No, just I don't know. For some reason, like it felt faster than qualifying, even though it was the same weather as qualifying, so it's not dynamic. But I don't think it is anyway. But it just felt a bit faster for some reason.
No, the dynamic track's not in yet, but iRacing did release a video
It's amazing.
showing the dynamic
It's
track that's
amazing.
coming, and it is going to be amazing.
It is
I
what
can't wait for it.
Yeah, it is definitely what iRacing has been missing forever, and it's huge. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But phenomenal race. I really was very impressed with today's run, and yeah, just good job, buddy.
Yeah, cheers. yeah, it was good to actually finish one after the last couple of weeks having a DNF in both of them. So
My
yeah, it was
bad.
good to it was good to get up there and get a podium. So yeah, and you guys are doing a great job with the telecast as usual.
Thanks a lot, brother. And as always, we wish you the best of luck next week as well, bud.
No worries. Thanks, JD. Thanks, Kane.
Absolutely, guys. Michael Cracknell there. A great final spot on the podium for him tonight. Let's bring in next Mr. Ian Ford. Ian had a big race tonight. Ian, welcome to the post show. All right, guys, and now let's bring in Mr. Ian Ford and have a quick word with him. Ian, welcome to the post-race show.
Thanks, boys. This seems like a lot like deja vu at the moment.
That's right, man. Tell me a little bit about the race, man. How things feel out there for you?
It was an absolute blast of the race to start off with until I managed to find the pit wall. And in my pit stop, I decided not to lift through the hairpin in there. Absolutely destroyed the car. But, you know, 6th place is a fantastic result. And congrats to Marlon for just driving away from us.
He really did put on a heck of a show. But I tell you what, man, you weren't the only one that got into the pit wall. It seemed to be quite a problem for several cars tonight. That is a weird pit road. What is it? What's the deal with that?
Yeah, so far I've heard about 5 or 6 people have actually hit the pit wall. It's just one of those tight corners. You just run out of steering lock, and if you try and hold it a bit too fast, you're just going to drift wide and hit the wall. Or you hit the inside and it bounces you out to the outside, which is the worst case scenario. But I managed to hit the outside wall, and then it bounced me into the inside and did both sides of the car. Steering was about 50 degrees off the whole bloody way home, so I was lucky to hang on through most of the corners.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it was really. We saw you run into it. Marty ran into it. Several other cars. I mean, seriously, it was a quite an issue, and you know, it ended up really changing the results of the race some.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I think we've all learned our lessons, so hopefully next time we don't do it.
Yeah.
It was good to see Brenton O'Brien get a top 10 after he had to pit early when he didn't actually change his quali setup. So he ended up with like 30 litres at the start and had to, you know, fuel save his way home, and he managed to get there in top 10. So that's pretty bloody impressive.
That was impressive for him to do that. Very, very impressive. Well, tell you what, Ian, great race out there. Sorry about the incident, but considering turned it into something that could have been a real disaster. So a great save as far as the finishing result. And we look forward to seeing you next week at Phillip Island, buddy.
Thank you. Hopefully I put on a show next week just as I tried to this week, and hopefully I don't run into any pit walls. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, buddy. Thanks a lot. All right, guys, let's bring in another guy. Had a wonderful race tonight. Let's bring in none other than Dale Niche. Dale, welcome to the post-race show. How are you, sir? Dale, you want to say that again, buddy? All right, I'm having a little trouble hearing you. The mic must be turned down a little bit. Well, anyways, let's see if we can get an interview with Dale. Dale, you had a wonderful, an incredible race, and was very, very impressed with the performance tonight. I couldn't quite get that, Dale. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to get you. Well, we'll see if Dale can get that fixed. In the meantime, let's bring in Jim Davey for a quick word with Jim. Jim, welcome to the Post Race Show. How are you tonight?
Hey, now I'm good. How you doing?
Doing good, Jim. Good to see you out on the track tonight, buddy. And your first race that we've seen on the broadcast in quite some time, and we'll kind of started off with a bang, quite literally. Tell me about that early race incident.
Yeah, I was going up there. I was trying to take my time going up the hill because it was just really tight. Nobody was really going anywhere. And then a couple people or somebody got loose up at the top of the hill and he bumped somebody else. And I thought I'd made it through. And at the last second, I got hit from the right side, put me into the wall. And then after that, I was running on 7 cylinders until I came into the pits. And then I decided, hey, you know what? At most, I'm going to lose 1 spot. I'm just going to get all the repairs done because it was only about 3.5 minutes. And then you can see at the end, I was able to actually kind of keep pace with Dale there. So I probably could have had a top 7 finish. The car felt great. It was great last night too, but it happens. Racing instant.
Well, one thing I was going to say is even after that, let's just say after that incident, I was very impressed with your run. You never gave up. You hung in there and actually pulled out a really impressive result considering.
Yeah, I mean, I finished where I started, so it's not so bad. I mean, like I said, I knew I was only going to lose 1 spot by staying in the pits for the repairs, so I figured, what the heck. But yeah, it's not too bad. I end up gaining a little bit of safety rating back from it, and my understanding with the points is I lost a little bit of points from last night, but that's all right.
Yeah, that is definitely all right. The big thing is it was good to see you out on the track, man. It really was. Enjoyed the heck out of that, and hopefully we'll see you out there more often.
Hopefully. My work schedule's kind of hit or miss week to week, but I believe next week I'll be able to race again. Don't know if I'll be in the top split or not, but if I am, it'll be fun.
That it will, buddy. Well, thank you so much for coming and joining us. You don't know anything that happened in the second split, do you?
No, I don't. I was too busy running around on 7 cylinders in this one.
That's right, in the V7 car.
That's right.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks a lot for coming and joining us, and we look forward to talking with you next week.
Yeah, bud. Catch you later.
All righty. All right, let's bring in Victor Tanaka for a quick word. Victor, welcome to the Post Race Show. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Man, doing wonderful, Victor. Incredible run tonight. Even got to get up there and lead a lap for a minute. Tell me about it.
I know, right? If people just jumped in and like, what the hell Victor's doing in P1?
No, it's good stuff, man. Incredible. I enjoyed it. Me and Kane even got you on the broadcast leading the lap in there. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's the first time I have pace in a really long time, so I really enjoyed it. Just a shame that didn't have too much going on around me, pretty much pacing by myself. But yeah, it was still a great race.
It was a great race. What was your thoughts on Spa and just kind of the format of the race?
Well, it was very interesting. At first, I didn't think that it suited the V8 Supercar too much, but it was definitely a great race, and it's really tough to get this car around this track. Very, 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 very tricky.
That's what I was thinking. It is a tricky track for this car, but I thought it ended up working out very well. I thought that I really was impressed with the race, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, lap 1 was awesome, wasn't it?
It was. It started with a big bang, but it was really good, man. After that, I thought the guys really performed well. A lot of the guys rebounded well after the incident, and we had lots of good battles throughout the entire 22 laps.
Yeah, Rory was one of them. Just somehow went through all that carnage and managed to just stay behind me. And yeah, just had to manage the gap to him. Just really, really sad about Tony. He got caught up there in lap 1. He had a lot of pace today, so it's a shame.
It is, and that's unfortunate part of racing. just like in NASCAR today, they were out there practicing, and 6, 7 cars taken out in practice. Just part of racing, unfortunately, when guys get taken out, especially when they have such a good car. But anyways, man, congratulations on a good race. Good to see you, buddy, and we look forward to hearing from you next week.
Thanks, guys. Good to see you too.
Absolutely, brother. That is Victor Tanaka, everybody. Let's take it to Rory Windham real quick. Talk with Rory. Rory, welcome to the post-race show. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Man, fantastic, and glad to have you here. Tell me a little bit about your run tonight.
Well, it was pretty hairy at the first lap there. I couldn't believe I made it through that.
How did you make it through that?
Just piled on the brakes and tried to stay out of everything. And then I think Isaac was behind me and tried not to get in his way because I know he was coming up pretty quick. So yeah, it was intense. There's flashbacks of last week.
Yeah, it was very intense. Now, after the incident, you made it through, and tell me what happened then.
You know what? There's a couple, I'd say probably 4 laps where I was pretty close with, I think it was Jason, and got past him, and then put a little gap on him, and then with pit stops and everything, it was pretty much a pretty quiet race from then on. So just tried to pick up positions and keep consistent.
And it really paid off in the end. I thought that was a great performance, killer race, man.
Yeah, thanks. I think that's my top finish in a top split. I think that's my first top 10. So
see
about that.
As you should, man. A great result, and that's what it's all about, man. Getting out there, putting on a good performance, and watching it pay off like that. That's what you work so hard for.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, man, we look forward to seeing you come back out next week at Phillip Island, a track that a lot of guys love. It obviously fits the V8 Supercar tremendously, and we look forward to a good result from you, man. Keep building on it.
Right on. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot to everybody. That is Rory Windham. Fantastic run from him tonight. All right, I'm going to give it one more run. Let's bring Dale Niche back in. Let's see if we can get a little better audio from him this time, see if we can hear him. Dale, do you have a copy?
Hey guys, how you going?
Yay, there he is. And so sorry, buddy, I can hear you earlier, but now I can hear you wonderful. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Man, glad to have you here. Tell me a little bit about your race again. This time we'll be listening better.
Yeah, had a good race. Unexpected pace. Was driving well enough to capitalize on it. It's going great through Le Rouge.
Dale, I was there's no way else to put it. I was extremely impressed with your run tonight. I haven't seen that type of pace at you in a long time, and you'll see it multiple times on the broadcast as you watch. Kane and myself both were thrilled to see you up there running like that. Just thought that it was just impressive, man. It's so good to see you up there running well. I just feel like it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It was heaps of fun. Once I was up there, I didn't want to fall off, and yeah, it was good. It was nice to have the pace to run on the top.
Yeah, I know. The car felt good all race long, or it's just kept pushing hard and got a good result.
Yeah, it was. I was probably falling off towards the end of the tyre stints. That's why taking tyres early didn't help with the second one, but. No, it was really good. Corey handed me a good car, and yeah, it was easy to drive.
That's awesome, man. You and Corey, both of the Apex C cars, had a great performance tonight, and we wish you guys the best of luck next week at Phillip Island, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Absolutely. That is Dale Niche, everybody. And Kane, I know we mentioned it during the broadcast. That was really great to see him perform that well. I know he has to give him a little bit of confidence for next week.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great to see him up there running at the top of the field, and I'm hoping to see him do a good job next week as well. That, like you say, that confidence does wonders, and maybe he'll go into next week with a little bit of a confidence boost.
Oh, that'd be something else, man. Well, guys, you're not going to want to miss next week. We'll be at Phillip Island, same time, same place. And I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July, so don't forget, again, it is, since it's the America's broadcast, it is our Independence Day tomorrow, or in 1 minute officially. It is 11:59, July 3rd. So 1 more minute and it's party time. The fireworks are already going off outside. And it's a day before we're supposed to even really party. So wish everybody out there a happy and safe 4th of July. Kane, is there anything else you want to bring up before we do close out tonight's episode?
Yeah, let's remind everybody to visit bathursterbus.com. Read up the write-up that we got there, and it'll tell you a little bit about what we're wanting to do to get to Bathurst and what we're wanting to do once we get there. As you guys may or may not know, JD and I don't get paid to do this, but we wouldn't charge anyway, and we never will charge to broadcast this series. That don't mean that we won't charge for something someday, but it won't be for this series. This series we will always broadcast just to support the community, and we'd like to do what we can do to help the community grow and to be a better place for everybody. And so we will always put this broadcast out there for free. But if you want to tip us per se, the bathursterbus.com is the perfect way to do that. JD and I are wanting so badly to get to Bathurst this year, but to do so, we're going to need a little help. So if you can donate $10 even, whatever you can, it will help us get there. And when we get there, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of live video and recorded video and everything for everybody to watch. We're hoping to make it feel as if everybody is right there with us at Bathurst. It's going to be a really good time, but it's going to take some funds to make it happen. We're hoping that the community wants to see us get over there as bad as we want to get there. So visit bathursterbus.com, read up the little write-up there. It kind of tells us what our plans are, like I said. And by making a donation, you're entered into the drawing to win a dash cam for your car. It's a pretty nice piece of equipment. LCD screen, built in. Like I said, it's got night vision capabilities, stuff like that. It's 720p. Pretty cool little dash cam that will be given away to one lucky donor. And I think that's it, JD.
Man, fantastic. And yeah, guys, make sure you go check that out. www.bathurstorbust.com. We'll be looking forward to seeing you guys there. Thanks so much, everybody. Once again, JD Smith, King Craft signing out from V8's Online from Week 3 of the V8 Supercar America Series. Come back next week for some more action from Phillip Island. Y'all have a great night.